Some 800,000 children brought to the country illegally are once again able to stay in the country after a federal judge's ruling. The federal government resumed accepting applications for DACA recipients, but their future is now tied to a heated showdown in Congress that could shut down the government. WJZ is live. Jonathan McCall talked to Maryland lawmakers about the deal now hanging in the balance. Jonathan?
Mary, there are some 9,000 so-called dreamers here in Maryland. Democrats say they want their protections tied to any budget bill in the Senate. Meanwhile, Republicans say that with those temporary protections already in place, they should focus on funding the government first, then DACA later. Over the weekend, a federal judge reinstated the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals Act, or DACA. The act restores an executive order from President Obama to protect 800,000 children brought to the U.S. illegally. 9,000 of the so-called dreamers live right here in Maryland.
And we got to deal with DACA.
Further protections are now tied to a Senate showdown. Democrats want any budget deal to avoid a government shutdown to include protections for those dreamers. Before the judge's ruling, the president tweeted out that DACA is probably dead because Democrats don't really want it. Others, though, believe that the president's latest reported comments could shut the door.
The president's repulsive racist comments the other day suggest that he's more interested in shutting down the government than in resolving this issue.
A recent CBS News poll found that 70% of Americans support allowing dreamers to stay in the country.
Everyone agrees that we're going to have to do something with these 800,000 individuals who have been given a temporary status up until now.
Several bipartisan bills in the House and Senate have been proposed to find a solution. That includes ending the visa lottery, chain migration, and including stronger employer checks. But with the temporary protections reinforced, some Republicans believe there's more time to get a more permanent deal done.
If the Democrats want to shut the government down over this when it's not necessary, you know, that's their decision because they're...
And both current bills in the Senate and the House would only offer temporary protection for those DACA recipients. Lawmakers have until March to find a permanent fix. We're live tonight in Harbor East. I'm Jonathan McCall reporting for WJZ.
Jonathan, thank you. The Senate will need 60 votes to approve any Senate deal to avoid a shutdown.